How you doing today, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Where you calling from?
Oh, we're in Albuquerque. We're playing here tonight.
Oh, wonderful, man. That's great country out there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. A little cold, but quite a beautiful day, and everything's going well. We're having fun.
Good, good. Well, my name's Bill Hernandez, and I'm the editor at Rockbandreviews.com, and we're looking forward to seeing you on January 22nd at the Al Renee Theater, which is located in the Broward Center for the Performing Arts in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
we should have some good weather there.
Weather is fantastic. It's a little overcast today, but we're approaching 77, so it's really great.
Oh, man. Well, I'll look forward to that.
So I wanted to kind of go back from the beginning, if I could, like when you were a little kid. Can you recall, like, when you kind of first got the bug for music, that you wanted to do this for a living?
Well, you mean when I wanted to do it for a living? Probably not till I was maybe 16 or 17.
Mm-hmm.
I never really thought about it too much, but when I got to be 16 or 17, I was kind of making a little money here and there, and they kind of went, wow, I can actually, make money and do what I love. And then I guess when I got out of high school, and I guess I was 17, 18 years old, and I was able to kind of make a living, and not a great living, but enough to, pay bills and stuff. And I thought, oh, well, I might as well just keep doing what I love doing. It was almost like it was a permission to just keep doing your hobby, and but then it just turned into, well, I seem to be able to sustain myself, so I'll just keep doing what I love doing.
Yeah, it's kind of like me. I was out of high school and in Long Island, and in the winter time, well, kind of not winter time, but after school let out, for the summer and such, I worked in a horse stable in the Hamptons, and Billy Joel kept his horses there. And being editor of my high school newspaper, I thought, wow, he's coming to do 4 shows at the Coliseum. Let me approach him. And I just walked right up to him and got my first interview with Billy Joel, and I've been doing it ever since. So it's kind of like
that's awesome.
We're both doing what we love to do, and
exactly.
And I mean, it is work, but it's really not work, So I think we're blessed in that way, both of us.
Absolutely.
Now at that time as a teenager, who were you listening to that inspired you as a musician?
Wow. Well, it was definitely Hendrix and Clapton and Jeff Beck and Free, and I really loved Wes Montgomery and Chet Atkins, Jerry Reed, John McLaughlin.
I mean, you got a nice mix there. You got everything from rock and blues to country.
Yeah.
And we can hear a lot of that mix in the music that you put out.
Yeah, I kind of loved it all. It's great.
So why not just put it in the blender, mix it all together, and create your own thing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, as a guitar player, are you self-taught?
I pretty much am. Yeah, I took piano lessons, and I kind of transposed what I'd learned from my piano lessons onto the guitar.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever do the where you put the vinyl on really slow at a slow speed and pick out notes here and there?
Absolutely.
It's exactly what I did, but I'm definitely not the caliber of a guitar player that you are. But I pick it up an hour a day and play for myself and the dogs.
Well, that's the important part.
It's very therapeutic, I tell you.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's all about having fun and enjoyment. And my most enjoyable moments are just about playing music for fun. It's, the rest of it is, I don't think it doesn't quite have the emphasis, all the, accolades or this or that with your career. It's really more about just the joy of music.
Now, as a songwriter, when you go to write, do you just pick up the guitar and start fiddling around and one thing goes into another, or do you have a sound in your head that you try to get out of the guitar?
Well, it's different times. A lot of times it's just kind of fooling around and see what happens, and then sometimes you actually have a melody and an idea for a song. There's no real resolute prescription, really. it can just be kind of in different shapes and forms in different instances or different inspirations or different starting points.
Hmm. Now, these days, are you on the tour bus? Or are you flying into gigs?
No, we're on a tour bus. We on like a 9-week retrospective tour of Avia Musicom.
See, so that's got to be inspiring for songwriting as well. Just sitting there watching the country go by, and
Yeah, I love doing it. I mean, it's something I love, and just going to different cities and stuff.
now tell us about Collage, your new album.
Well, it wasn't so much a hard and fast concept. If I've got to record these songs and I've got all these new great songs, it was more a uh, I wanted to go in the studio and just try to start cutting stuff live.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole idea was just to go in and just like whatever I had, just like practice the art of trying to get stronger at recording and capturing something live. And so that was really the main premise of that record, was just get in and start exercising that muscle more than trying to piece together a record.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I mean, definitely "Cliffs of Dover" is one of your most popular songs. Where did that idea and title come from for that song?
The idea came to me really, really fast. Actually, years before I recorded it on Avia Musicom. It just like a melody. It just kind of came to me really, really. It's almost like it was a gift, kind of coming out of the stratosphere or something, you know. And, but a friend of mine, Vince Mariani, named it. He just says, "Well, you should call that the Cliffs of Dover." So I said, "Okay, I'll call it that."
See, usually the greatest things ever in music are that simple. You know?
Yeah, I think so. I think and I think this will be true with a lot of songwriters. Some of my more memorable, more long-lasting songs are the ones that just happen. It's not that the production or the arrangement or the embellishment doesn't take work and discipline, but the actual, the actual format, or skeleton of the song, the gist of the song comes very quickly and very easily and simply, and it comes in more of a kind of a gifted moment, and the ones that you stress over, and they sound like you stress over them.
Now you've played with, I mean, so many of the greatest guitar players in the world, and not to kind of put you on the spot, but is there one out of all those players that just stood out amongst the others?
Well, I would a lot of times I say B.B. King, because he was such an innovator,
yeah,
and sustainer of a musical style. And he's kind of at the wellspring of where everybody else learned to play from.
Sure.
And he was before everybody, and he had to kind of invent that whole thing. But even more than that, he left such an impression on me because he was such a fine person. He was such a sweet man, and gracious and kind. And his demeanor and his character he was one of the most cordial, nicest people I ever toured with. You know?
And I can attest to that and say I know exactly what you're talking about. Me and my dad, my dad was disabled, had a lot of medical problems. He was a veteran. We go into the meet and greet, and a lot of people didn't know that BB used to be pushed in a wheelchair to the side of the stage. Then he would walk up, sit in his chair, and do his show, So he sees my dad, who's about the same weight as him, come rolling up in his wheelchair with his veteran's hat on, and BB saw that and immediately just gravitated towards him and spent about 50 minutes with him. That his son, who was on tour with him, said, "Hey, Pop, you got some other people waiting." And he just put his hand out to his son, like, stop. And he says, "You know what? He's a veteran. He deserves my time." And I mean, he was just that great kind of guy, aside from being a great musician and songwriter. just a genuine human being, and he was fantastic. So I agree with you.
That's the thing that kind of stays with you too. You know, it's that little thing that is so huge. And so when you ask me that question, I think about of all the superstars that I've toured with, he really is like the number one guy that I remember because of what you're talking about. It's more of it's a bigger picture kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm 47, so guys like our age and such, he's like a father figure too. He's just that great guy that you could ask him any question and you would know that he would have the answer for you because he had such great life experience.
Right.
Now, once you finish this tour here, what's next for you in the future? What's coming up?
Well, I have a bunch of new songs that I've written. I want to try to get in the studio and record a bunch of stuff.
All right, awesome. Well, we're definitely going to look forward to that and keep up to date with your website for any new news coming out. And once it comes out, we're going to plug the hell out of it, man.
Well, thanks, Bill. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for doing this this thing.
Hey, I really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. And again, we're looking forward to seeing you in Fort Lauderdale on the 22nd. We're going to be at the show, and we're going to do a post-show review and write up about it. And if we can come back and say hi, that would be great.
Yeah. Please do come back and say hello.
All right.
Let our publicist know if you need any after-show tickets or whatever you need. Just please call, tickets, whatever.
Yeah, they already took care of us with that in the photo pass, and we would love to give away a guitar to an Eric Johnson fan on our website. If we provide the guitar, would you be willing to sign it?
You bet. I'd be happy to.
Wonderful. Well, again,
unless it's a 50 Strat, then I might keep it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Of course.
Okay. Well, great, man.
Hey, have a great show tonight. Safe travels to you and the guys on the road. God bless your continued success, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks. All right. Sounds good, Bill. Thanks, man.
Cheers, brother. Have a good one.
Okay. All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.